Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, a Brewer woman was killed in a crash in Waltham Sunday afternoon.
It happened on the Waltham Road just before 4:30. State police say 51-year-old Daryl King of Brewer was driving a motorcycle and lost control on a sharp curve. His motorcycle was hit by an oncoming pickup. 50-year-old Melissa Hatch was a passenger on the motorcycle. Police say she suffered fatal injuries during the crash. Both people on the motorcycle were wearing helmets. The driver of the pickup was not injured.
Meanwhile, the Maine Department of Public Safety reports there have been 155 motorcycle crashes, resulting in 11 deaths this year alone. New motorcycle operators are required to participate in a basic riding instruction course before obtaining their license. But due to the increase in fatal accidents, bikers are also now encouraged to complete a one-day advanced course to brush up on their skills. Owner of A&J Motorcycle Safety School, Larry Estes, says state-required safety courses will cover speed maneuvers, quick stops, friction zones, and more.
Well, riding motorcycles is a perishable skill, so we don't go and practice these skills either by going to a parking lot or going to a training facility and where they can show us what to do and how to do things properly. We forget how to do things and we create bad habits.
Estes asks that motorcyclists wear bright colors and complete the one-day advanced training course. Other drivers are asked to remain focused and avoid electronic distractions when behind the wheel.
2 people are facing drug charges after they were allegedly found passed out in a vehicle on someone's front lawn. State police say 43-year-old Ryan Fish of Hudson and 26-year-old Bailey Bryant of Addison were arrested after police woke up the pair and noticed indicators of criminal activity. Police say during a search of the vehicle, they seized more than 182 grams of drugs, including fentanyl, crack, cocaine, and methamphetamine. Fish and Bryant were charged with aggravated drug trafficking. Police say Bryant also had 2 outstanding warrants and was currently on bail conditions.
A Bucksport family home has lost its garage in a fire earlier this afternoon. According to Bucksport Fire Chief Sean Gagan, he says the garage is a total loss. Right now, he says they don't know what was inside of the garage, but no pets or people inside the residence were injured.
There were some people inside, a few people inside that we got out of the dooryard safely.
He says the side of the house did have some melting damage, and the State Fire Marshal's office will be on site to investigate the cause of that fire tomorrow.
3 Cumberland County deputies are being hailed as heroes for saving the life of an 11-year-old boy who was choking in Raymond. Owen Kingsley spoke to those officers about their life-saving efforts.
Deputies Christian Stickney, Daniel Place, and Tyler Leach all responded to a home in Raymond on the night of Saturday, June 4th, for the report of a choking child. Deputy Stickney was first on scene and almost immediately began performing CPR on the boy, who was described as bluish and limp. The boy got his pulse back and partially woke up. Deputies Place and Leach arrived after that when the boy again stopped breathing and had no pulse. All 3 deputies worked on resuscitating him, and he once again regained consciousness. About 10 minutes had passed from when the first deputy arrived on scene to when the boy regained consciousness the second time. All 3 deputies described to us what was going through their heads when they realized they had to perform those life-saving measures.
When I walked in there and I saw the boy that wasn't breathing, he went limp, turning blue. It's nothing. Can't really prepare you for that. I couldn't imagine that if that was my son, how I would handle that scenario. I wanted to be able to do everything I could for that boy.
The boy has since been released from the hospital, and his mom has asked the 3 deputies to visit to thank them personally. All 3 deputies will receive a life-saving award from the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office.
All right, well, shifting gears now, many eyes will be fixed on the Republican showdown between Bruce Poliquin and Liz Caruso this Tuesday during Maine's primary election. Our Joe Cortez has the details.
2 Republican candidates have been campaigning throughout the state in hopes of gaining a leg up for the right to face off against Representative Jared Golden.
And I'm doing this just to help. It's not a career for me. But watching what kind of trouble our country and our state is in was enough for me to say, okay, Bruce, you're going to step up and do what's right here and help your country and help your state. That's why I'm running.
We are at a moment in time where it is freedom versus tyranny and a crisis at every turn. We need someone down there who is going to fight like their life depends on it, because in many cases it does.
With major issues our country faces across the board, many wonder what's at the top of Caruso's list.
To be honest, I'm not that career politician that just has 2 or 3 talking points that everyone wants to hear. I have a lot of things that need fighting for.
And Paula Quinn believes the major issue starts with the state of the U.S. economy.
We didn't have this problem 2 years ago. I know how to fix it. I'm committed to doing that. And that's one of the first things on the agenda.
And in the eyes of these highly respected politicians, they each said they have one major advantage on why Mainers should vote for them.
They just want someone real and authentic. And I hear that all the time. Like they say, we could just tell you're genuine, that your heart is in this.
I have a record in Congress of standing up and working with Republicans and Democrats, with everybody who wants to help solve the problem.
Will Mainers take a different approach with a new face in Washington, or will they stick with a candidate many have trusted before? Find out the results right here on Fox ABC Maine. I'm Joe Cortez for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Maine voters will be heading to the polls on Tuesday for the special election that will fill the vacated Hancock County Senate seat. And as Sierra Jordan reports, 3 candidates are on the ballot to finish off former Senator Louis Lucchini's term, who resigned in January.
The Hancock County seat has been vacant for months as Louis Lucchini stepped down in January to take a job with the U.S. Small Business Administration. 3 candidates are on the ballot: Republican Brian Langley of Ellsworth, Democrat Nicole Gorowski of Ellsworth, and Green Independent Ben Micklejohn of Mount Desert.
Every voter in Senate District 7, which comprises many towns in Hancock County, can participate in the special election.
Brian Langley has lived in Maine for over 40 years and has owned the Union Street Lobster Pot in Ellsworth for 28 years.
More people know my blueberry pie than maybe know me.
Having served in the state Senate for 4 years, the restaurant owner says he got the experience to help tackle issues facing Mainers, including utility costs, affordable housing, inflation, and more.
Creating more workforce housing, creating a program that helps businesses who might want to work with developers and a municipality develop workforce housing.
However, Democrat Nicole Gorowski points to other issues like affordable housing.
We see a lot of help wanted signs, and part of it that I hear from businesses is that the people that want to work there just can't find anywhere to live in this area. So I think it's something we need to put greater attention to.
As a member of the Joint Standing Committee on Energy, Utilities, and Technology, she says she aims to lower energy costs for Mainers during the winter season.
I'm very proud that we invested millions of dollars in home energy efficiency programs, and I really hope that even though summer's coming, Maine people will think ahead and get those great contractors that are part of our workforce to their homes to insulate them, to add heat pumps.
Gorowski and Langley are running opposed in their parties. Both candidates are encouraging Mainers to go out and vote. I'm Sierra Jordan reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
We did reach out to Green Independent Ben Micklejohn for a comment, but we did not receive a response to our request. A new action from Governor Mills. The governor has just signed a new executive order launching the Cabinet on Aging today at the Cedars in Portland. With Maine having the oldest population on average in the U.S., the governor expects tens of thousands of Mainers to retire over the next few years. The governor's office says they will advance progress on such issues as affordable housing, financial security, protection against fraud, access to broadband, and access to new employment for aging citizens.
Maine people work hard their entire lives, and they deserve to be able to live safely and with dignity as they age. By signing this executive order to create the Cabinet on Aging, I am mobilizing state government to make sure that that dream is a reality.
Mills added that the success of this cabinet will be measured in the long-term health and happiness of Maine seniors.
Meanwhile, gas prices continue their upward trend, rising nearly 10 cents a gallon in the past week. According to Gas Buddy's survey of more than 1,200 stations around the state, the average price now sits at $5.07 a gallon. That's almost 57 cents a gallon higher than a month ago and $2.03 higher than a year ago. There is some good news, though. The price of diesel has fallen 4 cents nationwide in the past week. It now stands at $5.50 a gallon. Patrick DeHaan, head of petroleum analysis at Gas Buddy, says, quote, "For now, the upward momentum may slow down, but prices are still just one potential supply jolt away from heading even higher," end quote.
I'd say the verbiage on that sign is relatable.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, no one very happy right now.
No one is real jazzed about it. Well, here's something to maybe be a little jazzed about. Weather looking not too shabby this week.
Yeah, and today we had a little bit of a mixed bag depending on where you were,
Right.
but overall pretty nice for us. It sounds like you hinted at, that's going to be the case for the majority of the week.
Especially if hot and muggy is your thing. And with a little bit more on that, we'll turn things over and take a first look at our forecast.
All right, Beth, thank you. Happy Monday. Your first weather is brought to you by Kings Mountain RC. And all right, temperature-wise today, not where we're supposed to be, right? 72 here in Bangor, 61 for Bar Harbor. That's not normal. The average high being about 75. Still a couple of showers out there currently. Not a big deal. There's a low right over there. You see an upper-level low. That's moving very slowly this way. It's going to be just close enough tonight and tomorrow to give us a chance for a couple showers throughout the afternoon, although most of us will stay dry tomorrow. Our forecast then tonight, though, is mostly cloudy skies to then partly cloudy skies. There could be a rogue sprinkle in there with low temperatures in the 50s. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
Rogue sprinkle, it sounds so mysterious.
Yeah, it really does. Oh, that's funny. All right, well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. For the first time in decades, the Bangor Community Connector will no longer be offering transits on Saturdays.
And the latest on the remote learning program at Brewer School Department rolled out last fall. We'll have those stories and more when we come back.
Anticipate greatness in the all-new 2022 Wagoneer. With a legendary 4x4 system, hand-treated materials, best-in-class cargo space, and state-of-the-art technology. It's your Wagoneer. Find it at Quark.
Welcome to Rebecca's. For over 30 years, we've been serving our local customers in downtown Bangor, and we invite you to explore our historic shop.
Rebecca's carries many Maine-made products from local artisans. Perhaps you need a gift basket for your next celebration. We'll be glad to help. From blueberry ceramic dishes, gourmet foods featuring Stonewall Kitchen, fine wines to antique dishes and furniture. You're sure to find that perfect gift.
We hope to see you soon at Rebecca's.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 rated reliability of Kubota compact tractors so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home the Kubota VX Series for 0 down, 0% APR for 60 months, plus save up to $700.
If you've been injured and think you can't afford a lawyer, think again. There's absolutely no fee unless we win money for you.
I called the Twos after I was hurt by a drunk driver. It was free for Lowry and Associates to get started on my case. They got my hospital and surgery bills paid for and got me $250,000.
I'm Jim with Lowry and Associates. Call the Twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
America's best bakers race to gather the clues and bake the mystery dessert.
But did you make the right dessert?
Crime Scene Kitchen, Tuesdays at 8 on Fox.
Good morning, I'm Emma Smith. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, we'll have everything you need to know ahead of the upcoming primary elections, including where to vote and what will be on this year's ballots. Plus, Devin Biggs will have our full weather forecast. And in sports, we'll see how the Celtics made out in Game 5.
Welcome back. The Amish community market in Unity that was destroyed by fire in January is getting closer to reopening. Signs of life are now starting to show at the business's location on the Thorndike Road. A brand new building has been constructed where the former community market and bakery was destroyed in January. It's still unclear what sparked that blaze, but according to the business's Facebook page, the owners hope to reopen sometime this month.
For the first time in 22 years, Bangor's community transit buses will no longer offer transportation services on Saturdays beginning this week. Our AJ Douglas learned more about what roadblocks Bangor city officials say they're facing that caused those cutbacks.
The driver shortage has just really hit us hard again.
As of June 18th, community transit buses will no longer offer Saturday routes due to a lack of drivers. Bus Superintendent Lori Linscott says they're pulling out all the stops to get new hires on board and behind the wheel.
We're trying everything, the weekend online ads, that kind of like Bangor Daily puts out on the weekends. We're trying Indeed. We're advertising on the bus. So, we're trying everything we can.
Changes to CDL licensing has made the hiring process more difficult, adding one more barrier for potential applicants.
Now you have to stop what you're doing and take a class to get your CDL, which could take 8 weeks.
As opposed to in the past, we could do on-the-job training and then send somebody for their test, and that's no longer possible.
City and transit officials understand the absence of Saturday service could be considered a hardship for hundreds in the surrounding area.
We do know that, unfortunately, this is going to have a negative impact for our ridership, and we certainly took that into account. This was not an easy decision by any means.
It's still important. People still need to get to their workplace. They still need to get to, treatment centers, and so we still feel that for sure.
Community Connection leadership are working to partner with local CDL programs to get their own in-house CDL training course in the future. O'Donnell says she hopes to bring back 6-day service by this fall. In Bangor, AJ Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
A network of adult care facilities in Maine will adopt a non-discrimination policy about the care of transgender people. It's part of a settlement with a woman who filed a human rights complaint against the company. Advocates describe the agreement as a landmark settlement about elder care for transgender adults. The settlement came 3 months after Maine's Human Rights Panel ruled in favor of the woman, 79-year-old Marie King, who complained she was denied a room by an assisted living facility because she's transgender. The Human Rights Commission approved the settlement during its meeting on Monday.
Well, students in Brewer have had the option to take classes remotely since last year. Now the online learning program is expanding to other school districts. Our Matt Jarancic has more.
Last fall, the Brewer School Department rolled out a program that would help middle and high school students who preferred remote learning. Known as the New Program, the school started it using the money received from the Maine Department of Education's Rethinking Responsive Education grant. New program specialist Christopher Moreau mentioned the importance of this during these unprecedented times.
The world of education has changed. Both my boss and I received our advanced degrees in college by participating in online programming, where we did the same learning that our students are doing. It's part of life today.
When the new program started last year, only 8 middle and high school kids were participating. Now, the number has grown to 20 students throughout the course of the year.
So the hallmark of this program is the fact that, our students are online and they're creating their own pathway with our APEX program. But we also have a teacher that students meet with one-on-one and build those relationships that I think are so important for our students, because it isn't just about the academics, it's also about social-emotional growth.
Students who take part in the initiative have the option to either complete all of their coursework online or decide what classes they want to take online with the others taken in person. The program has seen success thus far, as it earned an additional $100,000 to broaden the program. Funding received will help with extending the new program to Hampton, Bucksport, Old Town, Orrington, and Belfast. Ward Downer discussed some of the future plans for the program.
Our goal is to have, this online academy where it's personalized, though, so students are still able to take, those in-person classes as well as take online classes. And hopefully it'll be a model that other districts in the area will accept too and adopt, and so that we truly are changing education and being innovative.
In Brewer, Matthew Jarancic, ABC 7 and Fox 22.
And still to come on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, the House committee continues investigating what led to the Capitol riot. They held their second televised hearing.
And Senate negotiators have announced an agreement in principle on some modest gun restrictions. We'll have those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
Make more good in the all-new Sportage X Pro. Kia, movement that inspires.
Think easier, like, come on, what can I do to help you, hon?
Yes! Get out!
Andy!
Get out of my room! Get out!
You're not lying. I didn't say anything. Yes, you did. What did you say?
ABC 7, Fox 22, and Next Home Experience want to send you to see Lynyrd Skynyrd live in concert on their Big Wheels Keep on Turning tour with special guests Marshall Tucker Band and The Outlaws. Sunday, July 3rd at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Next Home Experience in Bangor. Get looped and get sold today. Win tickets to see Lynyrd Skynyrd July 3rd on the Bangor waterfront.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
We know your mornings can be busy and hectic in your home.
We're here with the local information you need, fast and to the point, so you can be on your way.
Keeping you prepared for whatever your day might bring.
Oh, while having a little fun, too.
Start your mornings with us on Good Morning Maine.
This is MasterChef Back to Win.
The most talented home cooks return.
No mistakes can be made.
Which all-star will step up to finally be named MasterChef?
That is finale worthy.
MasterChef Back to Win. All new Wednesdays on Fox. And watch anytime on Fox Now or Hulu.
Make more good in the all-new Sportage X Pro. Kia, movement that inspires.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Some of former President Trump's closest aides testified before Congress that they repeatedly told the then president the 2020 election was not stolen from him. They say Trump refused to accept defeat and continued to publicly blame voter fraud. Monday's House Select Committee hearing tried to show the so-called big lie ultimately led to the January 6th riots at the U.S. Capitol. Fox's Madeline Rivera is in Washington with details on the hearing.
Some of former President Trump's closest advisors telling the House Select Committee they tried to convince him that voter fraud claims were baseless, but say he was detached from reality.
On the night of and the weeks following the 2020 election, several advisors inside the Trump campaign tried to urge then-President Donald Trump that there was no evidence of widespread voter fraud.
There was an avalanche of all these allegations of fraud that built up over a number of days, and it was like playing whack-a-mole because something would come out one day and then the next day it would be another issue.
Advisor after advisor giving similar testimony before the House January 6th committee Monday.
He said there's lots of fraud going on here. Told him flat out that much of the information he's getting is false and or just not supported by the evidence.
The committee saying President Trump knew he lost, but declared victory and spread false claims of fraud anyway.
Frankly, we did win this election.
Something former advisor Jason Miller said Trump was urged to do by an allegedly drunk Rudy Giuliani.
And the mayor was definitely intoxicated. There were suggestions by, I believe it was Mayor Giuliani, to go and declare victory.
The investigation aims to show Trump knowingly used phony evidence to push a stolen election theory. But critics say these hearings are nothing more than partisan politics.
We should have a reliable summary of what happened. But you're not going to get it
if you've convinced people that it's just a partisan exercise, which is what I think they've done here.
2 more hearings are scheduled for this week. Wednesday's focusing on Trump's attempts to, quote, corrupt the Department of Justice, and Thursday on the pressure campaign on former Vice President Mike Pence. In Washington, Mather Rivera, Fox News.
Weeks after a draft decision overturning Roe v. Wade was leaked, the nation awaits the U.S. Supreme Court making a decision on the fate of that landmark ruling, though the case was not among those announced today. Fox's David Spunt takes a look at some of the possible scenarios of what could happen.
Anticipation mixed with anxiety outside the tall gates surrounding the U.S. Supreme Court this morning, ahead of what could be the most significant ruling in more than 50 years. The justices in the coming days are set to decide whether to uphold Mississippi's ban on abortion after 15 weeks. The justices could move to overturn Roe's nationwide guarantee of abortion access. If Roe is overturned, where a woman lives may determine if she can legally get an abortion.
I do not believe that abortion should have ever been a federal issue. This should be something that is fought at the state level.
We'll be there for the women of other states. We will stand up. We will fight back. Look to New York for a nation-leading response to this crisis.
Some court watchers believe Chief Justice John Roberts may be forging a compromise.
It would not surprise me at all if there's lobbying going on behind the scenes. That said, I would be surprised if the final outcome is dramatically different from what we saw in the draft opinion.
The impending decision comes as the safety of justices is also front and center. A 26-year-old man sits behind bars, charged with attempting to kill Justice Brett Kavanaugh. Almost 1 week later, still radio silence from President Biden. Authorities expect more protests outside the court in the coming days. Last month, the Senate passed unanimously a bill that would enhance protections for members of the court and their family. That bill has been collecting dust in the House, though Fox News is told it may come up for a vote as soon as Tuesday. At the Supreme Court, David Spunt, Fox News.
A bipartisan group of senators announced over the weekend they'd reached a framework deal to combat gun violence. The modest deal, however, isn't getting great reviews from some. Fox's Lauren Blanchard has more from Washington.
Senators say they are one step closer to passing a bill following deadly mass shootings last month.
For the first time in a long time, the Senate has a path forward on legislation that will save lives. Make no mistake about it, we have a lot of work left to do before we actually pass a bill.
The framework deal put together by 10 Republicans and 10 Democrats would close some loopholes. It would enhance the background check process for gun buyers under 21, incentivize states to adopt or strengthen red flag laws, and it would fund more mental health services and more school safety programs. It would not raise the age limit to buy nor ban AR-15 style rifles nor large magazines.
We need to embrace the art of the possible. That's what politics is about. We won't get what we want. We won't get everything that I've supported or that the Democratic caucus has supported, but we are going to make progress here.
The framework is only a deal at this point and not finalized legislation. There is no guarantee once the bills are actually written that they will be able to get 60 votes in the Senate. It would also have to pass the House before reaching the president's desk. Some Democrats say the bill goes nowhere near as far as they want.
I'm not really interested in doing something for show for the American public. I'm really interested in passing a solution for the American public.
The Senate leader wants the bill on the floor as soon as possible. Senators leave for a 2-week vacation on June 24th. That is exactly 1 month after the school shooting in Uvalde, Texas. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Meanwhile, shocking inflation numbers are crushing consumer confidence and could push the Fed to more drastic moves. Fox's Grady Trimble has the story.
Americans are in search of relief as consumer prices hit a 40-year record. But confidence that the White House or the Federal Reserve can course correct is running low. Moms across the country are sounding the alarm on the rising costs of raising children.
Inflation needs to be top priority because moms and families are hurting
where they're struggling and we need instant relief.
Drivers aren't the only ones unhappy with high gas prices. One Minnesota gas station owner put up this sign that says, "We hate our gas prices too." The national average for a gallon of gas is now over $5.
It's painful to go to the gas station, and I think we're all just feeling that.
I think it's going to get worse before it gets better, and everyone needs to brace for that.
To get to school and home every single day, it's costing us $115 a week.
All of this amid the hotter-than-expected reading on the Consumer Price Index for May. It raises concerns that the Fed could step up its attempt to contain inflation with higher interest rates, and some say a recession is on the way.
Given where we've gotten to, it's more likely than not that we'll have a recession within the next 2 years.
A survey from the New York Fed shows consumers think the cost of food, healthcare, rent, and tuition will fall over the next year. In Chicago, Grady Trimble, Fox Business.
Yeah, we're certainly all feeling those price increases.
We certainly are.
All right, well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. A local business has been named the Small Business Administration's Manufacturer of the Year.
And in sports, PVHS softball season has come to an end. But looking at how the year started, you could say 2022 was definitely a success. More on that in a minute.
The show that launched 1,000 careers is back with all new judges in an all new season. Are you ready? So You Think You Can Dance, Wednesdays on Fox.
Tomorrow morning on Star 97.7, Paul Dupuis has the music and fun. Sonny Shepard brings you Star 97.7 local news. And Steve McKay with the weather. Turn on your radio and get the Star treatment with Star 97.7.
If you've been injured and think you can't afford a lawyer, think again. There's absolutely no fee unless we win money for you.
I called the twos when I was hit by a speeding driver. Lowry and Associates started working for me for no money up front. I never paid a penny out of pocket, and they settled my case for over $165,000.
I'm Jim with Lowry and Associates. Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
Take your waterfront experience to the next level with a Shoremaster dock system from Hammond Lumber Company. Your Hammond sales representative will walk you through Shoremaster's many options and accessories and match you with the right equipment for your waterfront. And with Shoremaster, it's easy to make future changes or additions. Shoremaster docks are easy to install, but Hammond can arrange for professional installation if needed. And statewide delivery is available. Enjoy life on the water to the fullest with Shoremaster from Hammond Lumber Company.
When I was 22, I tested positive for the HPV virus. My biggest fear was that it could impact my ability to have children.
HPV vaccination prevents cancer in thousands of men and women every year.
I'm so happy that today there's a vaccine that can prevent HPV-related cancers. My children are now fully protected and won't have to worry about these cancers later.
Talk with your doctor about vaccinating your children. Brought to you by the Maine Center for Disease Control and Prevention.
Tomorrow morning on Star 97.7, Paul Dupuis has the music and fun. Sonny Shepard brings you Star 97.7 local news. And Steve McKay with the weather. Turn on your radio and get the Star treatment with Star 97.7.
Welcome back. Maine Senator Chloe Maxman co-authored a book titled Dirt Road Revival. Our Stephanie Wittenbach spoke to her and shares more on what the book is about.
In her book, Senator Chloe Maxman says her own party, the Democratic Party of Maine, has left rural Maine behind. She explains more in her book, Dirt Road Revival.
When we look at our system as a whole, it has let us down. And we do have a responsibility as citizens to hold it accountable and say, this is what we deserve. This is what our government should be doing for its people. And this is one way forward that we can try and get there.
Senator Maxman represents a large portion of Lincoln. Her main focus during her campaign was having conversations with not just Democrats, but also trying to connect with Republicans.
There wasn't much of a conversation after I said I'm a Democrat, but most of the time there is a conversation, and it's a really meaningful conversation.
She says the best way forward is to have a conversation with people, even if they may view things different from you.
It's really about being able to find common ground and make decisions on who we vote for based on our values instead of just our party.
Andy O'Brien, Maine AFL-CIO Communications Director, says while Senator Maxman has inspired some, her concept isn't new and did paint some Democrats in a harsh light.
I think what was different about Senator Maxman's campaign is that she had so much time and resources to put something together like that.
He says Maxman's book could inspire a new generation of Democrats. He suggests getting out into their communities and connecting with residents. Maxman's book came out in May and since has been on several national media outlets discussing rural Maine and how she can help. In Bangor, I'm Stephanie Wittenbach reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
In other news tonight, Liberty Graphics is making a name for itself and its small town since it was recently named the Small Business Administration's Maine Manufacturer of the Year. As Jody Hersey tells us, the company's products are not only great quality, they're also environmentally friendly.
Machines are buzzing inside this old farmhouse on Main Street in Liberty, better known as the Liberty Graphics Factory. This is where hundreds of t-shirts and tea towels with intricate and colorful designs are made each week in order to keep the shelves stocked at the Liberty Graphics stores located in Liberty, Camden, and Portland.
A lot of our shirts have been in the line for going on 20, 30 years, and people are still just as eager to buy them now.
Each product Liberty Graphics makes is manufactured right here in Liberty before it's shipped out to stores or directly to customers.
We screen print our designs with water-based ink, which water-based ink is not only better for the environment, but it integrates into the weave of the fabric and allows the shirt to breathe a little better.
That commitment to the environment is what attracted Michelle Prosser to join the company.
Yeah, I'm very environmentally conscious, and it really fits my values and my goals, and I only want to be parts of things that, really exemplify what I think is important.
Last year, the employees decided to make Liberty Graphics an employee-owned cooperative, which is one of the reasons the company was nominated and won the Maine SBA's Manufacturer of the Year award.
They're just such a great story because of their commitment to the community and their commitment to the employees to want this business to stay in Maine and to continue to grow and thrive.
Proving employee-owned, environmentally friendly, and Maine-made is truly the way life should be. In Liberty, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
So many cool designs there. How do you even pick?
Yeah, seriously, we're just chatting a little bit during the package, saying we want them all. We
want them all.
Yeah, a great selection there.
Yeah.
So cool to see that work being done in our own backyard here in Maine.
Yeah.
And just also, you could tell those employees, they care about the work that they're doing.
They're very passionate about it. It's gorgeous, detailed designs. How could you not be?
Yeah, super cool stuff.
All righty. Well, Jeff Weller is coming back with our full 5-day. Don't miss it.
High temperatures generally in the 70s to upper 60s today. We're going to work on that, though, as warmer air is on the way. But when will it rain again? We've had lots of rain lately. Those details when I come back.
Hey, Bangor residents, the City of Bangor is offering up to $2,000 in grants for income-eligible single-family homeowners if you install a new Fujitsu heat pump in your home. And Valley Home Services is an authorized Fujitsu installer. Up to $2,000. Combine that grant with rebates from Efficiency Maine, and you could have a new Fujitsu heat pump installed by Valley Home Services at little to no cost. Don't miss this incredible offer, Bangor. Call Valley Home Services today to see if you qualify.
Thinking twice about that summer road trip due to high gas prices? Well, with an electrified Toyota, you can pack your bags today. Right now, you can get savings on amazingly fuel-efficient Toyotas at the Toyota Summer Sales Event. Save fuel with an electrified all-wheel drive Highlander Hybrid with 35 mpg and up to a 598-mile driving range. Plus, get 1.75% financing on Highlander. So, take that summer road trip. But first, see your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Maine is full of hidden gems, places off the beaten path, often inaccessible to many. Our offices, however, are accessible to all. We're the law offices of Joe Bornstein, and often it's easier if we come to you. From hospital rooms to living rooms, we've met over 25,000 injured and disabled Mainers in locations convenient to them. We're Maine lawyers working for Maine people and Maine people only since 1974. There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Hey, everyone, listen up. It's time to take back the summer.
Quit fall.
It's time to sing along.
With your new summer playlist.
Time to bring the heat.
And dance. Into the summer night.
Fox is all new. Old
Summer long.
What's the first thing you want to do when you take a bite of that? Take a second.
Big wow. That big wow.
Who will be crowned the top dog?
Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show, sponsored by Purina Pro Plan, beginning with the Masters Agility Championship, June 19th on Fox.
Here we go. Your full weather is brought to you by Varney Chevrolet. Come see what the Varney value is all about. And all right, so going forward this week, we're looking at mostly rain ending tonight, although there could be a couple sprinkles in there tomorrow. A quiet week ahead with temperatures hanging out generally in the 70s, although a couple of you could do low 80s getting in here on Thursday into Friday.
A little bit of a technical glitch there with Jeff. We'll try and get him back a little bit later in the show.
Absolutely, but for now, we'll toss it to break. See you guys in a couple of minutes.
Welcome to Rebecca's. For over 30 years, we've been serving our local customers in downtown Bangor, and we invite you to explore our historic shop.
Rebecca's carries many Maine-made products from local artisans. Perhaps you need a gift basket for your next celebration. We'll be glad to help. From blueberry ceramic dishes, gourmet foods featuring Stonewall Kitchen, fine wines to antique dishes and furniture. You're sure to find that perfect gift.
We hope to see you soon at Rebecca's.
Oh, love that Chevy Blazer. That's our next SUV. Love that Equinox. That's our next SUV.
Nice Trailblazer.
It was love at first sight. What?
The Chevy family of SUVs. Find new options. Find new roads.
Qualified lessees can sign and drive this Equinox for around $346 a month. Tax, title, license, and dealer fees are extra. Visit your Maine Chevy dealer.
Hey, Red Sox fans, you've got to play You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Local weekly winners receive prizes. Register now at foxbangor.com. You Pick 'em Red Sox is sponsored by Twin City Tint in Brewer, Comfort Shoes and More in Newport, Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor, and Twin City Tile in Brewer.
It takes all types to play Family Feud, the Doghouse Daddy.
What's the least sexy thing your wife has ever worn?
Granny panties, Steve.
The Family Blabbermouth.
Grandma's sick of Grandpa falling asleep in the middle of what?
Going to the bathroom.
Hyman, get up off this toilet!
See all the types on Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
This year, there's a whole new season to love what we love.
Burnouts. Winning. Racing.
I am NASCAR.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, Game 5 of the NBA Finals between the Celtics and the Warriors happening as we speak on ABC 7. Celtics somehow, after a lousy start to Game 5, back in this one, tie game after a strong third quarter so far. 7 straight three-pointers. Jason Tatum catching fire to bring them back in it after they trailed by 12 at the half. C's went 0 for 12 from three-point range to start the game. Didn't connect from deep until midway through the second quarter. Andrew Wiggins has been an X-factor for Golden State. They have not connected too much from deep. We'll keep you updated as that game goes forward and have the full highlights over on ABC 7 after the game. Now let's switch to the high school circuit. Most schools around the state held graduation over the weekend. Meanwhile, 16 baseball and softball teams also punched their ticket into Tuesday's Northern Regional Finals. Here's a look at the schedule for the championships. First, for baseball, the action starts at 3 p.m. for Class D. Stearns facing Machias. Then at 5, Bangor will play Edward Little in Augusta, and Ellsworth will battle Old Town at Mahaney Diamond in Orono. Then it's Bucksport and Mountain View with the nightcap. 6:30 start over at Mansfield. For softball now, it'll be Mattinacook and Orono squaring off at 3 o'clock from Brewer, and Hodgdon facing Machias at 5:30. Then at 6:30, Skowhegan and Messalonsky battle at Coney High School, with Herman and Winslow rounding out the regional finals at 8 p.m. from Coffin Field. And we'll have the action from all of those games on Tuesday. Congratulations to all the teams playing in the finals. That's an accomplishment in itself. But even for some teams that didn't reach Tuesday, the season was still a success. That was certainly the case for PVHS softball, especially considering how things began.
Just 3 seasons after winning the state title, PVHS Softball's 2022 campaign began under an entirely new circumstance.
Day one, no, I thought this was going to be a growth year for us, I'm not going to lie.
Entering the year, only 7 high schoolers had signed up to play, leaving second-year coach Jessica McKetney no choice but to go to the farm system.
I think at the start of the season, our biggest concern was, are we going to have a pitcher? Right up until the first week of tryouts, pitchers and catchers, we didn't know if we were going to field the team. Once we knew we could get those 8th graders, we knew we were all set.
With MPA approval, the Howlers added 5 8th graders to their roster, one of whom was pitcher Lauren Vino.
She is crazy at the mound, crazy. I never thought we would have an 8th grader pitching that fast. I never could imagine it.
Now, it took a little time for Vino and the others to get comfortable.
My first game, I was really nervous because obviously it's a varsity sport.
But thanks in part to leadership from veterans like LeBlanc, the Howlers closed out their season winning 5 of their last 6 and punching a ticket to the regional semis.
I like being able to teach kids and help kids and guide them through something that I love to do.
They make it really comforting, and I've grown a lot since not just on the field but off the field with them.
This past weekend, PVH's run came to an end. And while they fell to a strong Machias team in the semifinals, the groundwork for the future has certainly been laid.
I'm really proud of the team. I mean, we've come a long ways. The potential that they have for even the next several years, the kids that are coming up even in 7th grade, we're going to be right up at the top, I think. And it's exciting.
So certainly a season to build on for the Howlers. Now, let's transition to some golf here. Golfers have arrived at the U.S. Open down in Brookline, Massachusetts, and that includes Topsom native Caleb Manuel. Manuel teed off on Monday for his first practice round at the country club. He said he played decent, just trying to feel out the course, get a read on each hole, and get comfortable in front of all the fans, because come Thursday, Manuel will play in front of the biggest crowd of his career.
You know, a lot of people out here, but it was good to get to see the course for the first time. I felt loved out there, and it was good to have a lot of people know me and yell my name out.
There's a history of amateurs making some waves at the U.S. Open. When held in Brookline, of course, in 1913, Francis Ouimet took the title in a performance that inspired the film The Greatest Game Ever Played. But even as an amateur, Manuel is already getting attention, especially from some of the younger fans in the crowd.
I mean, it means a lot, and I know they're looking for everyone to sign their hat and stuff like that, but not everyone will. So I think it's important to show some attention there, especially during practice rounds.
Awesome stuff. Super exciting. We will definitely have full coverage of that as much as we can from Brookline as he continues his practice round on Wednesday, and also when the U.S. Open begins on Thursday. For now, that's all we've got for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Shop Jordan's Furniture now, and it could all be free.
Visit Jordans.com. Situated in Jonesboro on the coast of Maine lies Barren View Golf Course, a true links course that's a treat for golfers of all skill levels. We feature a driving range, putting green, practice sand trap, pro shop, and snack bar. Open 7 days a week. Please call ahead for a tee time. Up and Smoke Fireworks is family owned with a huge selection including Brothers and Showtime, Time Bandit, and Black Hat brands. We will share our knowledge with you, then go have a blast. Up and Smoke Fireworks, 173 West Main Street, Searsport.
Grab your bike, let's go for a ride. There's a brown bag, call it. Tell me what's inside. Sandwich, milk, banana fruit punch. Yeah, it's summer break, but we're having school lunch. Ooh, it's a hot lunch summer. Ooh, it's a hot lunch summer. Kids eat free all summer long. Find out where at hotlunchsummer.com. Ooh, it's a hot lunch summer. Ooh, it's a hot lunch summer.
When Northeast Collectibles wants to know the local forecast, they log on to VoxBangor.com. A toy, comic, and gaming store located in the Movie Rocket complex. The store has easy access to connect with other geeks or get you hard-to-find collectibles.
Out with the old and in with the new. Check out Pat's Pizza Specials. Tuesdays, $5 spaghetti and meatballs. Tuesday all-day breadstick special. Wednesday, large one-topping pizzas, $8. Wednesday, small steak and cheese with French fries, $6.25. Friday, fish with French fries, $7.50. Saturday, small one-item pizza, fountain soda, $7.25. And you can still save some dough. Bring the family to the all-new Pat's Pizza, 662 Main Road North, Hamden.
This is Sheldon Cooper's theory of relativity.
All right.
F is family.
We have family business to discuss.
We're getting a puppy?
No.
Then I'm not sure I care. X is love.
Sweet dreams. Love you.
Love you too, because you're my mom.
Young Sheldon 5 times a week.
On Fox 22. Situated in Jonesboro on the coast of Maine lies Barren View Golf Course, a true links course that's a treat for golfers of all skill levels. We feature a driving range, putting green, practice sand trap, pro shop, and snack bar. Open 7 days a week. Please call ahead for a tee time.
Put a little more cash in your bag. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Here we go. Your full weather is brought to you by Varney Chevrolet. Come see what the Varney value is all about. And all right, so going forward this week, we're looking at mostly rain ending tonight, although there could be a couple sprinkles in there tomorrow. A quiet week ahead with temperatures hanging out generally in the 70s, although a couple of you could do low 80s getting in here on Thursday into Friday. Out there today, though, no 80s for you. Generally high temperatures well below average. Low 70s here in Bangor, 61 with some ocean-cooled air there in Bar Harbor. Overall, though, tomorrow will be a bit warmer. And then the general trend is you're going to hear a lot about the heat across the Midwest and the Great Lakes this week with record high temperatures here. But going forward for us, we're going to have high temperatures near average getting into the later portions of June. So overall, that puts us in the mid-70s to low 80s. That's comfortable, of course, for summer, and we should be doing that in the next week or so. All right, so out there today, the wind out of the west, generally around 3 to 5 miles per hour. Not a big deal. This will actually go calm for a couple hours tonight, and that could mean some locally dense fog again by tomorrow morning. All right, so allergy-wise out there for tomorrow, too, the tree pollen, of course, is off the charts in the high category, but mold is creeping up there now as well in the moderate category, so if you're sniffling and sneezing, this could be a reason why. Lots of rain showers out there today, some localized flooding earlier in Washington County, but overall, this is all kind of winding down now, but that low, this one right there, it's an upper level low. It sits and spins very quietly and kind of produces rainfall. It's pushing off to the east very slowly, so it's going to be just close enough tonight and tomorrow to give us maybe a rogue sprinkle. Most of us will stay dry. In fact, into Friday, little rain at all for us. And beyond Friday, we get another system in here on Friday afternoon that could bring us a couple of rain showers over the weekend. And we could use the rain shower. So here's the drought monitor. Of course, the west has been dry for decades. Problems there for us. we're starting to get a little dry in spots as well, right? So we could use some rainfall. There is not a drought across our region, but just know we're starting to register on the dry category for places around here. Going forward, your forecast then tonight, though, is storms out there are ending as we speak. Some dense fog is likely after midnight with low temperatures down near 53. For tomorrow, all right, so partly cloudy skies, a couple of sprinkles can't be ruled out. That low is just close enough tomorrow with high temperatures back near 77, but a couple of you could get close to 80 tomorrow with the west-northwest breeze around 5 to 15. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast by Varney Chevrolet shows tomorrow 77, 79 on Wednesday under partly cloudy skies. Again, a couple 80s in there on Wednesday. Same story for Thursday, mostly cloudy skies, 76, and then back near 80 on Friday. Our next chance for good rain, probably not until Friday afternoon.
Thanks so much, Jeff. Stay hydrated and keep your pets hydrated as well. Well, the Tony Awards returned to Radio City Music Hall Sunday night, celebrating performances of the past year and sharing together in the excitement over theatergoers back for showtime. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with some highlights from Broadway's Big Night.
Curtains rose at Radio City Music Hall for the 75th Tony Awards. West Side Story Oscar winner Ariana DeBose ran Broadway's biggest night.
And I am so proud that the theater is becoming more reflective of the community who adores it.
Shows of the past year were honored, including Best New Musical, A Strange Loop.
Bravo and love to our amazing cast.
Michael R. Jackson was also awarded Best Book of a Musical for his meta-drama about a black queer writer writing a musical about a black queer writer. The show's win also earns Jennifer Hudson EGOT status as a producer.
This play was written as a hymn to the city of New York.
Best Play was awarded to the Lehman Trilogy. Best Revival of a Play went to Take Me Out.
Company
won Best Revival of a Musical. Among many performances throughout the night was a 15th anniversary number by the original Broadway cast of Spring Awakening.
I stand here on behalf of generations of artists he took the time to encourage.
Lin-Manuel Miranda introduced a tribute to Stephen Sondheim, performed by Bernadette Peters.
Usher, Usher.
And all of the night's musical nominees brought the powerful performances which led them to this Tony stage, including A Strange Loop and The Company of Company. Paris and Prince Jackson introduced MJ. The song and dance of the Music Man entertained, as did Mr. Saturday Night Billy Crystal.
Welcome to the show, to the history mix.
And the cast of Six, Girl from the North Country, Paradise Square, all taking center stage. All showcasing nominees and now Tony winners, inviting audiences to join them at the theater. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Definitely a very, very full evening for them, and we are very preoccupied tonight with a particular basketball game. We don't want to jinx anything, but how are we feeling?
Well, it is 75-74 right now.
Wow.
Warriors just took the lead at the end of the third quarter, but all things considered, it looked terrible at the beginning. They were 0 for 12 from three-point range, the Celtics were, and then they went on in the third quarter to come out. They hit 7 straight. Jason Tatum came to life. Obviously, they're going to need him if they're going to make a run, so good things, knock on wood, if you're a Celtics fan. 1-point game entering the last final 12.
So they've clawed their way back from a pretty rough deficit. Now they're heading into the last quarter of this game. So what are they going to need to do to pull it up?
Keep shooting well and pray the Warriors don't shoot as well as they have in previous games. It's as simple as that. And don't turn the ball over. That's been the story of the entire final. So control the ball, shoot well, move the basketball, and I think go with Tatum. It's his game to lose at this point.
You heard it here, folks. We'll be back with you after the game.
Good night, everyone.
America's best bakers race to gather the clues and bake the mystery dessert.
But did you make the right dessert?
Crime Scene Kitchen, Tuesdays at 8 on Fox.
Moments of life are special, and suffering from diabetes should not get in the way. US Med's mission is to find ways to make your diabetes more manageable and more comfortable. You deserve to enjoy life without the constant reminder of living with diabetes. If you monitor with 4 or more tests per day, inject insulin 3 or more times per day, or use an insulin pump, you may qualify to receive a continuous glucose monitor, the latest in diabetes technology. A continuous glucose monitor provides blood sugar readings without uncomfortable finger sticks and alerts you real-time to potentially harmful spikes in your blood sugar levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurance companies. If you're a caretaker for someone who suffers from diabetes or have diabetes yourself and meet these conditions, please call our diabetic specialists now to see if you qualify for your continuous glucose monitor.
If you're living with diabetes and using insulin, you know the pain of pricking your finger